Hey, what's up, YouTube? As the title will probably suggest, this will be my last video for a bit, but I just wanted to touch on, what has been happening recently. Um, Owners of MetaZoo are basically coming out of the woodworks like rats out of GWOAT. Uh, we knew there was multiple owners, but we still don't know exactly who's who or how many are going to come out. Um, But yeah, a lot of good stuff in the community, right? A lot of hype happening. We got, Zealous coming back, Nick, Jake G, even MetaZoo Josh made a video. So obviously things are kind of hyping up. We have discussion of lower print runs in Meta 2, their next sets. We got mystery drops, premium sets, this mention of Zoo Classic, you know, owners coming out, GQL licensing. I don't know if that's complete, but there's been possibly GQL doesn't give the license back to Meta2. We found out that there was dibs on GWO inventory before everyone else had access to it. And yeah, the market's still going up. People are hyped. So just wanted to, I don't know, take another step back because for what it's worth, I don't see the OG Zoo actually on the roadmap right now. Just looks like there's a tournament, which is honestly great. I mean, it's good to see the company finally realize after 2 years that the old product is important and it has a place, and you shouldn't be banning people. But of course, these are LLCs, right? And I'm assuming at some point there was a vote whether they nix the old game or what exactly they do with that. And yeah, that vote, all those votes are, I believe, accounted for. So they're in some meeting minutes somewhere. I think everybody was on board with trying the new game, and you know, no hate on GQL, honestly, but I don't think that formula worked. At least not on an existing IP. Take something that doesn't have a card game and an audience and try to do that. I think it might work. If you would have just created a fully separate encrypted game, it might have even done better. But yeah, I guess I'll go through some cards. It has gotten our play bulk back out. So after hearing of potential support in the future, potential sets in the future, me and the kid actually pulled out our play bulk and started going through there and kind of organizing, getting some of the cards that we haven't had in there before into there, like these Steam Deck cards. So yeah, but I can't get to Pennsylvania to be there. So I hope MetaZoo Josh wins, just because he's always been the voice for a reason on that. But all right. Well, anyways, let's see. Let's do a little discussion, and then I have some extra videos that I'm gonna post. They were already pre-scheduled, right? I had actually pre-scheduled a bunch of videos because there wasn't any MetaZoo content coming out. Like if you remember, a month ago, everything was dead, and I was just silently buying deals, and now the market's popping off. Zealous made a eBay video. Menace made an eBay video. A very good one too. So let's see. Yeah, lower print runs. I'm curious on what everyone thinks about the lower print runs for the new sets. Apparently that's going to be a fourth of what Secret Shadows was. So either they're sitting on a lot of Secret Shadows, or that's going to be a very, very rare set. But I don't think the rareness alone means anything. You still want the cards out there for players. So I guess it's good for collectors. I'm not really a fan of lowering the print runs. I think, Rudy might be a fan of lowering print runs. People like, with some skin in the game, but it doesn't mean anything to me personally. If you're holding sealed boxes, I guess if you want to hold sealed boxes of Cosmic Conquest and all of that, be my guest. What else? What else were they talking about? I was trying to think of the MetaZoo guy's name that took over. Forgot his name. Is it Jake? Totally forgot what his name was. But yeah, he said he's gonna provide mystery drops, which to me is just the same thing as the playmat. I don't know if anybody caught the playmat. A couple people popped up with the playmat, but they were also connected to some of the owners, right? So is this just yet another way to like tip their friends, hey, this playmat's going to be available? Because I don't know anybody other than someone connected to MetaZoo Black Market. So yeah, did anybody other than the friends of the owners get that drop? All right, so yeah, what about them considering the OG MetaZoo to bring it back? I think that's, is it a little bit out of desperation? It could be, because again, like, these are member-owned LLCs, so did they vote to give the rights away and know that they're not going to create the old game? Who knows, right? Because we don't know, because apparently they were also buying the old product. So maybe there was certain individuals that were under the assumption that the old game would come back, or that the stuff wouldn't crash. But the way it was treated when the new game came out, prices jumped, and then once they pretty much said the old game's not supported, and in fact, we're not even going to let you talk about it. So when people are showing up being like, hey, is this MetaZoo? Because this is MetaZoo, it's like they're getting banned, and I don't know who they're getting banned from. Seems like there's still some question about who's banning people at that point. But yeah, all the old MetaZoo fans that really enjoyed MetaZoo were getting banned for talking about MetaZoo. So, and I just, the finger pointing is like, it's not me, but really, who was it, and why? But it seemed like they were specifically trying to prevent the discussion. They didn't want their sellers selling the old product at the same time, potentially buying up grails, right? Because all the samples and everything were dropping and people were still buying them. So somebody was still picking it up, even though the game was apparently dead. So, but again, there's no actual proof that they're going to print anything similar to this, other than, what, Nightfall 2nd edition, they're going to reprint Nightfall and the new cards. Like, who's making these decisions? And then there's not enough data to support whether they should go forward or back. I mean, I want to see the poll of the community that says new zoo is at 80% for 200 votes. Maybe there's another alternate MetaZoo community out there. I think it's kind of obvious, right? And I don't know. I mean, it's a drastic measure to say, we're going to possibly go back to the old art and the old style, but who knew, who would have guessed? The reason why everybody stopped talking about MetaZoo, like 95% of people, was because they were just sick of the new stuff. But if they want to keep printing out new sets, it's up to you, right? We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's good for the collectors. But yeah, overall, I would say promising updates, right? I'm not going to be negative about it. Classic, we're calling it classic, retro, old zoo, OG zoo. I've played both, and I really like the old game. And I'm from playing classic Magic. I love the Magic, but there's just MetaZoo is so much funner, honestly. Maybe it's just the silliness of it, but very fun. I've been looking at these frost cards for a little bit. Let's look at some others that we're putting in there. Skinwalking, that's a pretty cool one. Legacy, right? So, yeah, I don't understand the whole old cards can be supported in the new format. Let's not do a hybrid. Yeah, but I can't show up to the tournament, but I absolutely wanted to. And even my son was like, "Can we fly out there?" We're like looking up plane ticket prices. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna spend a couple grand to go play, but maybe this year, right? But if they do it again and they as a company prove that they're trying to make this successful like it could have been, then I will definitely plan to be there every single year. Like those crazy Pokemon Go maniacs that travel all over the world, and that'll be me for MetaZoo, and possibly my son too, because we love it, and maybe my whole family. I mean, we all love it. Yeah, I actually got my daughter drew me a Father's Day card with all the characters icon. I'm wondering, should I go get it? I think I will. I'm just gonna side plot here for a sec. Yeah, shame on Zach and everybody who has already dipped out before now, because I know I'm monotone and negative right now, but look at this. Like, we love MetaZoo. This is my daughter. She's gonna do a fan art contest, I believe. She's looking forward to putting that in. But look at that. MetaZoo characters have icons. They're iconic. Just remember that. Look at the... This makes me so happy. I love this thing. This thing right here, 101. Alright. So yeah, if you made it this far, what else do we talk about? You're one of the real ones if you still made it listening to my bullshit. You know what? I'm going to put this back here because it's that cool. What do you guys think? Do it like that. Yeah, I don't know. Exclusive products. Can you just... I don't know. My appeal is just print Legacy. Put it on the roadmap. Don't say maybe, and can you still support us until we can maybe do this in 18 months? I can't, and I won't. So I said I would give it 3 sets, and I made it to 3 sets. Actually, behind here is what I'm gonna... Well, you'll have to wait till the end to find out. Is it the end? I think it might be the end. What about the billionaire broom closet, or what was it? The billionaire boys club? What was that shit all about? Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I think I'm out of here. Yeah, you see some weird stuff going on though. I would just caution y'all, honestly. I mean, you see, there was word of prize packs going to be sold. You can see staff cards being sold through PSA Vault. You can see frogs being sold for people that may have not have been at the LA convention. From my understanding, all of this was childish art. Nobody wanted it. Just be cautious. Be very cautious, y'all. I don't know. Remind me in 18 months to come back. That's probably where I'll be at. Unless they print something that I want to buy sooner. But hope you enjoy my next 5 videos. And then, I don't know, I just had some stuff scheduled out. because it was dead. It was dead. I wanted you all to keep up hope, but there is hope, right? So that's cool. Anything else? I feel like I had something else. You know what? Just watch this next clip. Make sure you watch all of it, and I'll see y'all in the future.
You've walked into a store and seen your identity reflected back at you. The slogans speak your language. The packaging uses your slang. The social media posts feel like inside jokes you didn't know a company could understand. And in that moment, just for a second, you feel it. They get me. That feeling isn't accidental. It's engineered not to make you think, but to make you belong. Because when a brand makes you feel seen, it isn't about validation, it's about manipulation. Brands learned something long before most people did, that being understood is addictive, that the desire to be seen, recognized, and acknowledged runs deeper than logic, deeper than skepticism, deeper than choice. This is emotional engineering. Imagine a lonely teenager scrolling endlessly, craving connection, and suddenly a brand appears, not just with a product, but with a voice. A tone that says you're not weird, you're not alone, you're part of this. It feels personal. It feels human. It isn't. It's a corporation with a marketing budget, a machine wearing a face. This is identity marketing. And it doesn't sell products. It sells you to yourself, curated, packaged, and ready to consume. You don't buy the brand. You buy the version of yourself. They reflect back, and the more accurate that reflection feels, the more loyal you become. Not because you're convinced, because you're comforted, and comfort is the currency of control. You see, brands don't need you to think they're good. They just need you to think they're like you. They don't need credibility, just relatability. The moment they mirror your beliefs, your humor, your values, you stop evaluating and start defending. Suddenly, criticism of the brand feels personal. Suddenly, you're not just a consumer, you're a participant, a defender, a disciple, and it feels smart. It feels like choosing a side, standing for something. But it's not wisdom, it's allegiance. You're not loyal because the brand earned it. You're loyal because it flattered you, because being seen made you feel smart. But really, it just made you predictable. Predictability is gold in marketing. If they can map your desires, if they can anticipate your insecurities, they can script your behavior. They know what you'll buy, when you'll upgrade, how you'll respond to controversy. Loyalty isn't a side effect, it's the entire point. That's the trick. When you say, "This brand gets me," what you're really saying is, "This brand has studied me." Every preference, every click, every pause on an ad, fed into algorithms that reverse engineer intimacy. And now, intimacy is monetized. The brand becomes your friend, your personality, your tribe. You wear the logo like a flag. You speak their language in your posts. You echo their worldview. But it's not yours anymore. It's rented, licensed, branded. This isn't about ethics. This is about autonomy. Because once you're emotionally invested, your choices are no longer free. You're not comparing options. You're protecting identity. Not selecting value, but signaling belief. The brand wins, not by offering the best product, but by offering the best mirror. A mirror you're terrified to break. Because if the brand doesn't reflect you anymore, who are you? This is how branding becomes belief, how capitalism becomes culture, and how you become less of a consumer and more of a creation. You felt seen. That's the bait. You stayed loyal. That's the trap. And what made you feel smart was never your intelligence. It was the illusion of being chosen. But you weren't chosen. You were studied, profiled, predicted, and sold back to yourself.